माधव कुंज बिहारी जय माधव कुंज बिहारी जय जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना नन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनतीरावनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेष भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवतीरुत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, the Summum and Bonum, Chapter 46, Uddhava visits Vrindavan. Text 1. Shri Shuka Uvacha Vrushninaam Pravaro Mantri Krishnasya Dayitah Shakha Sishyo Bruhaspate Sakshat Uddhavo Buddhisattamah. What a word meaning? Shri Shuka Uvacha. Sukadeva Goswami said, Vrishninam, of the Vrishnis, Pravara, the best, Mantri, advisor, Krishnasya, of Krishna, Daita, beloved, Sakha, friend, Sishya, disciple, Brihaspate, of Brihaspati, the spiritual master of the demigods, Saksha, directly, Uddhava, Uddhava, Buddhi, having intelligence, Sattama, of the highest quality. Translation and purports by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada disciples ki jai. Translation. Sukadev Goswami said, the supremely intelligent Uddhava was the best counselor of the Vishnu dynasty, a beloved friend of Lord Sri Krishna, and a direct disciple of Brihaspati. Purport. The Acharyas give various reasons why Lord Krishna sent Uddhava to Vrindavan. The Lord had promised the residents of Vrindavan, Aya say, I shall return. Bhagavatam 10:39-35. Also, in the previous chapter, Lord Krishna promised Nanda Maharaj, Drashtum Eshyamaha. We will come back to see you and Mother Yashoda. Bhagavatam 10:45-23. At the same time, the Lord could not break his promise to Sri Vasudev and Mother Devaki to finally spend some time with them after they had suffered for so many years. Therefore, the Lord decided to send his intimate representative to Vrindavan in his place. The question may be asked, why did Krishna not invite Nanda and Yashoda to visit him in Mathura? According to Srila Jiva Goswami, for the Lord to have exchanged loving feelings with Nanda and Yashoda in the same place, and at the same time that he was exchanging with them with Vasudev and Devaki, would have created an awkward situation in the Lord's pastimes. Thus, Krishna did not invite Nanda and Yashoda to stay with him in Mathura. The residents of Vrindavan had their own way of understanding Krishna, and their feelings could not have been appropriately expressed on a regular basis in the kingly atmosphere of Mathura. Sri Uddhava is described in this verse as Buddhi Sattama, the most intelligent, and thus he could expertly pacify the residents of Vrindavan, who were feeling such intense separation from Lord Krishna. Uddhava described in this verse as Buddhi Sattama, the most intelligent, and thus he could expertly pacify the residents of Vrindavan, who were feeling such intense separation from Lord Krishna. Then, upon his return to Mathura, Uddhava would describe to all the members of Vrishni dynasty the extraordinary pure love he had seen in Vrindavan. Indeed, the love the cowherd man and the gopis felt for Krishna was far beyond anything the Lord's other devotees have ever experienced. And by hearing about that love, all the Lord's devotees would increase their faith and devotion. As stated in the third canto by Lord himself, Nodhavonnapi Manyunya, Uddhava is not even slightly different from me. Resembling Krishna so much, Uddhava was the perfect person to carry out Lord's mission in Vrindavan. In fact, Sri Harivamsha states that Uddhava is the son of Vasudev's brother, Deva Bhaga. Uddhavo Deva Bhagasya Mahabhaga Suto Bhavat. In other words, he is the cousin brother of Sri Krishna's. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Seeking the blessings of all the assembled devotees, Srila Prabhupada, Adipurush Prabhu, all the assembled devotees and devotees online. We'd like to make have some discussion. So today's shloka, it's like we saw Krishna helping his guru, getting his son back, and then so now Krishna is in Mathura. Vrindavan is just hardly 2 hours, not even 2 hours. It's very close, less than an hour distance from Mathura. But still, there's a lot of feelings going on, So the Vrajavasis are so closely connected to Krishna, and then so here it's like we travel, commute from the city, we go to Jersey, so it's just so close by. If you are feeling separation, we just go travel. That's it. Why are you feeling so much, trouble with the emotions and then everything? But the Vedic life is much more personal. It has a lot of emotions. It's not just you go take a train and then stop by and then get rid of those emotions or something like that. So it's much more personal. So Krishna is in Mathura. He's so sensitive. He don't want to further hurt Vasudev and Devaki. So they are feeling so much separation. So Lord Krishna, at the age of 8, he killed Kamsa. I think so. Yeah, I mean, so and from their birth, so never Krishna was there with Vasudev and Devaki. So Krishna is very sensitive. It's not that okay, I killed Kamsa, I showed my face. Now I'll go back, I'll visit Vrindavan, and I'll come back. No, it's not like that. He's very sensitive. And then, but he's very sensitive towards the feelings of Vrajavasis also. Come on, I need to address something. So he wanted to send this person, Uddhava. So now let's see, before going into the glories of this, who is this Uddhava? So we will see this word, which is very important here. I mean, Buddhi Sattama. So this Sattama, this word, often comes in Srimad Bhagavatam. So here it is translated as Sattama means the highest quality, the best. So who are the best in Srimad Bhagavatam? So from where this word is coming, and then in what all context this word is used. So in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.4.30, why this Srimad Bhagavatam actually came into picture? This is because the person who compiled all the Vedic literature, Srila Vyasadeva, he was like bewildered. Come on, I'm not happy with all this. And then, there is something missing. So when Vyasadeva is expressing his doubt, so Narada Muni comes and then Brahmaji comes and then all those things. So here, Vyasadeva is first described in Srimad Bhagavatam as Sattama, so the highest quality. So in 1.4.30, it comes, Tathapi bata me daihyo yatma chaivatmana vibhu asampanna iva bhati brahma varchasya sattama. So what is this sattama here? I am feeling incomplete, though I myself am fully equipped with everything required by the Vedas. Brahma varchasya sattama. So Vyasadeva is like the best. Sattama means the best of the top quality. So Vyasadeva is the best. He knows everything. And then, so he's feeling, incomplete. So that is what. And next, of the sages, Vyasadeva's guru is Narada Muni. So in 1.13.40, so Narada Muni is quoted as, he's Muni Sattama. So Vyasadeva is Brahma Varchasya Sattama, one who is the, abode of all the Vedic knowledge. Vyasadeva, he compiled all the Vedic literature. Narada Muni is like Muni Sattama. He's the best of the sages. He's always compassionate. Everywhere you see Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Nalakubar and Manigriv. Recently, we saw Damodar pastime. So Narada Muni is helping everybody and anybody. So he's called Muni Sattama. So he's the best of the sages. A sage always wants to help others. And then, again going back, so how this Srimad Bhagavatam came? Of course, Vedavyas was bewildered. And then Shukadeva Goswami, all of a sudden, Parikshit Maharaj was cursed. So when Parikshit Maharaj was cursed, and then only has 7 days remaining. So Shukadeva Goswami came in the arena, and then he wanted to give the knowledge what a man who is supposed to do, who is going to die in 7 days. So Parikshit Maharaj was asking some questions to Sukadeva Goswami. And then, so the sages of Naimisharanya asked the same questions to, Suta Goswami. So Suta Goswami says, you are all Sattama, you are the topmost devotees. Why? Because you ask the same question what every living entity is supposed to ask. So that is like, what is our duty? So the best of the questions, suppose if you want to ask, what is the best of the question? The best question is, we are in this human body and this is uncertain. Anytime we may leave. So what we are supposed to do? So that's the best. Questions related to self-knowledge are the best questions. And when somebody is asking the best questions, so they are considered, oh, you are the best inquirer. So Suta Goswami is telling, you are all Sattama, so you are all great people. Okay. And then, yeah. And then, interestingly, so there is this Prithu Maharaj, who is an incarnation of Lord. So Prithu Maharaj is the king. So he conducts a big sacrifice. He conducts a big sacrifice. And then he gives his instructions. King is supposed to give instructions, how to take care of people and then everything. And then king is praising, all his followers that, oh, you all attended this sacrifice. It's great. Before giving the instructions, he acknowledges them properly. He says that you people have already faith in the sacrifice, so you are very respectable people. So he says that you are arha sattama, you are worthy of the respect, arha sattama. So you are the best people who are worthy of respect. So that's how Prithu Maharaj glorifies. And then finally, there is one pastime where Ajamila, a very learned Brahmana by birth, and then has got nice samskaras, but he's deviated from his path. And then while at the end of his life, so there are these Yamadutas who come to take away him. And then the Yamadutas were stopped by the Vishnudutas. So beautifully effulgent people. And then, so the Yamadutas ask, hey, who are you? So it's a very nice verse. They say that, Kasya kuta ayata, this is 6.133. Kasya kuta ayata, kasmadasya nishedhata, kim deva upadevaya, yuyam kim siddha sattama. So this Yamadutas ask, hey, why are you stopping us? Who are you? Whose servants are you? Who has sent you? And then why are you stopping us? It seems you are the best of the devotees, Siddha Sattama. So, so always this Sattama word is used to describe the best of the people. And here, Uddhava is called Buddhi Sattama. Okay. So what makes one Buddhi Sattama? And then we'll see how the Buddhi Sattama is used. Okay. So what makes one Buddhi Sattama? So in the so it's so beautiful how we describe the devotees, the topmost devotees, what are his qualities. If you go, Vrishninam Pravaro Mantri, Vrishni. So Vrishni means, so Varshni. So the dynasty where Lord Krishna is born. So Vrishninam Pravaro. Pravaro means Vara means like very beautiful, very appropriate. Pravara means, Prakrishta Rupena Vara, his best, Pravaro Mantri. So Vara means generally any lady who is beautiful, who has a beautiful face. So we say her as Varanana. No, oh, you have such a beautiful face. And if something is better, so we'll say Vara. So there is a verse in Nectar of Instruction. Vaikuntha Janito Vara Madhupuri Tatrapi Rasotsavad. So it goes on. So they compare, Madhupuri, so Madhura is better than Vaikuntha or much more beautiful. Vaikuntha Janito Vara Madhupuri Vara, so it's better. And here it's saying Pravara. Uddhava is Pravara. Vrishninam Pravaro Mantri. So he's the very best Mantri. Mantri means here it is translated as counselor. So to give advice is not so easy. To become a counselor is not so easy because, you know, uh, sometimes we need to say the truth. So the main function of the minister is to protect the king and then the kingdom. So in order to protect king, sometimes you have to be honest. You have to tell the truth. Okay, but you should tell in a way where the king can take. So to give advice is the most toughest thing. To become counselor. So in Bhakti Center, we have this mentorship. It's not easy to mentor people. So I mean, because they come up with such a nice challenges, and then so we need to hear patiently, empathetic hearing, and then give an advice what they can handle. So it is said very nicely in the Vedic literature. Satyam bruyat priyam bruyat na bruyat satyam apriyam priyam chananrutam bruyat esha dharma sanatana. So what is the duty of the advisor? Satyam bruyat. You have to tell the truth. But how you should tell? Priyam bruyat. You have to tell in a very pleasing way. You say, hey, no, you are suffering. So people, okay, if you say in such a harsh way, I'm not ready to hear. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. So, but we should tell in a very nice way, pleasing way. The doctor says, okay, there's some problem, but it can be addressed. Don't worry. Satyam bruyat priyam bruyat. Na bruyat satyam apriyam. So, when if the truth, if it is not, that much palatable, sometimes we don't say. Sometimes a person is not doing things properly, but we don't say. Like once I was at the Bhakti Center, so I was trying to mop in the early days. So I was trying to mop the floor with a wet mop. And then I was really, I don't know how to handle it properly. I was not doing it efficiently. I was crisscross and everything. So one senior devotee, I mean, Godrum Pran Prabhu. So he came and he said, Prabhu, you are doing great, but can I show you something? So and then he said in a very gentle way, then oh, this makes sense. It's much more easy, and then it's very optimum way of mopping the floor, right? I was really doing in a bad way. So I mean, so that's what. Nabruyat Satyam Apriyam. So he didn't openly say that, hey, what is this? You're doing a very bad job. So, but that's it. So we have to tell the truth in a, different way. Priyam cha nanrutam bruyat. So even though it is not 100% correct, but if it is palatable, so we need to say. So that helps people, gives encouragement. So Uddhava is the best in doing all this. Why we are discussing all this? Because he's Pravaro Mantri. He's best in doing all this. So that's why Krishna chose Uddhava. And then how he got all these qualities. So next comes such a beautiful thing, the description of Uddhava. Vrishninam Pravaro Mantri Krishnasya Daita Sakha. This is the most important thing. So he is Krishnasya Daita. He is, a lover of Lord Krishna, and Krishna also loves him. And Sakha, Mitra, Sakha, Suhrud. These are various levels of friendship. Mitra means okay, sometime once in a blue moon. Sakha means much more close. So Draupadi calls Krishna as Sakha. So it is much more close. And Suhrud is much more intense, who is very close to the heart. So here Uddhava is called Sakha. And then the word is used as Daita. Daita means he's a lover of Krishna. So our grand spiritual master, great grand spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's another name is Sri Varshabhanavi Devi Daita Dasa. Sri Varshabhanavi Devi means Srimati Radharani. Varshabhanavi Devi. And Daita. So means one who is lover of Srimati Radharani is Sri Krishna. And Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur's name is given as Sri Krishna's servant. Sri Varshabhanavi Devi Daita. So Daita means, one who is in the intimate circle. So in Bhakti Center, we have outer ring, innermost ring. So he's the inner ring person of Krishna. So that's why Krishna chose him, on a mission to console the Vrajavasis. Go. So that's the glory of Uddhava. He's Krishna, Daita, and Sakha. So once you are so close to Krishna, automatically all the good qualities manifest, like Akrura, then Vrajavasis, the cowherd damsels. So Arjuna. So all these people, so the good qualities automatically manifest because they are completely in line with Krishna. They are so close with Krishna, right? Krishnasya Daita Sakha. And then comes his material qualifications. We say he's a graduate from MIT. Oh, he's graduate from MIT. He holds a PhD. He published so many papers. So here comes his material qualification. He's the disciple of Bruhaspati, who is the spiritual master of all the devatas, all the demigods. So he's the best disciple, Sishya Bruhaspati, Sakshat. He's the direct disciple of Bruhaspati, right? And his name is Uddhava. Uddhava Buddhi Sattama. So here, Buddhi is needed because, Lord Krishna is very serious. Come on, this is a serious matter. I'm sending you as a messenger to my intimate people. So each and every word you should be very careful. You choose very carefully and speak so that, it will invoke proper, feelings. So Buddhi is, yeah. And then not just that, once you go there in Vrindavan, talk with people, and you come and convey those moods. That's important because Vrindavan is a storehouse of bhakti. And then you have to come outside and convey those feelings in a proper way to all the people so that their devotion will increase. So this needs a lot of expertise, and Uddhava, you are the only person. Buddhi Sattama. You are the intelligent. Come on. You should use all your so-called qualifications, what are told above, to do all these things. Right? So why Lord is so much, thinking about Vrajavasis, and then, he chose the best person because he always, takes care of his intimate people. Of course, everybody. So Lord promised, Ayase. So we saw in the purport, I'm going to come, but personally he's not able to come. So he is sending the best person who looks exactly like Krishna. So Uddhava has the features exactly like Krishna, right? In the third canto, we see how Uddhava is so much in love with Krishna. From the childhood, he played with the Krishna dolls. Damodar Priya Devi, she's here. She knows how to engage children in Krishna Bhakti. She writes poems, and then, umbrella, she says, come on, all the children come under that Govardhan. So, so here Uddhava is like that. From the childhood, playing with, Krishna's dolls, so much, that's how he developed love towards Krishna, right? So thank you, Damodar Priya Devi. You are doing such a great job. Right from the childhood, you are engaging children in Krishna. So they're the future big Uddhavas we are going to see. Yeah. And then the final thing is rasa. Okay, come on. I'm not able to come. I'm busy in the city. Come on from Jersey. Come. I'll arrange a cab. You can come. It's not like that. There is a rasa. So it's a royal. Everything is royal. So, and then Vrajavasis will not be comfortable. Come on. We are not comfortable seeing you in this golden jewelry and then silk clothes. Come on, simple, just have some, flower garlands, have some butter, freshly churned butter, and then play. So all these things. So this rasa, Krishna is very careful. He don't want to mix up these rasas because he wants to relish, and then he wants his devotees also to relish. So we see this example, Krishna in Dwarka. So there are a lot of queens. Mother Rukmini is there and Mother Satyabhama is there. Satyabhama tries to always keep Krishna under her control. Very grave. And then she thinks Krishna is with me, under me. But Rukmini Mata, she's like, she's always thinking I'm the servant of Krishna. So once Krishna starts playing jokes with her and then says, "Oh, Rukmini, though you have so many children, you still look so beautiful. And then I'm a simple cowherd man, so why you chose me? Still, you have a chance, I'm okay. You can now again marry. There are so many people waiting for you, and then everything like that." So seeing this sort of joking thing, she becomes very serious, and then not even serious, she goes into deep anxiety, and then she faints herself. With Satyabhama, that sort of joking always happens and it works, but with Rukmini Mata, it doesn't work. So, and then she's always, "Oh my Lord, I know I cannot miss you. Why are you doing all this to me? Really? Are you going to leave me?" So then Krishna reciprocates. And interestingly, the same personalities come in Chaitanya Leela also. So this Satyabhama comes as Raghava Pandit. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very careful, you know. So because Satyabhama is like very, she feels that she controls Krishna. So Raghava Pandit comes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and says, he endeavors a lot, to make this fragrant oil. It's not so easy, You have to mix so many things and then get this fragrant oil and then everything. And then Raghav Pandit brings a big jar of that fragrant oil. He really works hard for a month or maybe more. It brings a big jar of fragrant oil to Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What is this for? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks. This is scented oil. You have to apply on your body, and then all fragrance will be there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, "I'm a renunciate. I don't have anything except my danda and then my coping. I can't use this." "Are you not going to use this?" "I'm a renunciate. What people will think of me? I cannot use this. Come on." And then he takes that pot and then he goes into the angan and then he breaks the pot. "Who told I brought this for you? This is not for you." Then he breaks the pot and he goes. And then he doesn't even talk. And then Mahaprabhu gets bewildered. What's happening? And then he comes, he knows that, after one day, Raghav Pandit is just fasting, he's not doing anything. He's just lying on the floor. He's fasting. He's not eating anything and then everything. So Mahaprabhu gets a little bit worried. And then he goes to Raghav Pandit and he says to Raghav Pandit that, okay, he sends a message. "Raghav Pandit, I'm going to come to your house midday for the lunch prasadam." Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. So it's not Raghav Pandit, it's Jagadanand Pandit. I'm sorry. Thank you, Vasudev Prabhu. Yeah. So Jagadanand Pandit, yeah. So Jagadanand Pandit, he says, I'll come to your home for lunch prasadam. So it's a compulsion, So when somebody is coming, so you have to nicely welcome them, offer them good Mahaprasad, good prasadam, everything. So he cooks a big feast. And then Mahaprabhu comes. Actually, sannyasi is not supposed to eat a lot also. So, but he's very, very afraid, Jagadanand Pandit. If I say something, which is unpalatable, I don't know why he'll start fasting again. He'll cry. So better remain silent. And then, so Jagadanand Pandit serves him so much, like 10 times what he could eat, So Jagadanand Pandit is serving. And then he remains silent. And he eats everything. And then after that, he says, "Jagadanand Pandit, I hope you are happy. So now please honor Prasadam." And then he says, "No, you go, I will honor." But after Mahaprabhu goes, still he doesn't honor. But Mahaprabhu comes again and then he says, "Please." So that's a rasa, So various rasas are there. Somebody is trying to control the Lord and somebody is trying to be controlled by the Lord. So Lord understands and he's very sensitive. He doesn't want to mix, he just like you don't want to mix idli sambar and pizza. So there are like two different things to, relish. So similarly, so Lord also has his, and he also cares about his devotees. They should also not feel intimidated by the different races. So that's the sensitivity of the Lord. So and Uddhava is the best person to handle all these things. So Lord doesn't go personally, or Lord doesn't bring Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai to Mathura. So let's summarize. So we saw how this word Sattama, how it is very significant. So it is used to describe the best of the best always. So we saw how Vyasadeva is, Brahma, Varchasya Sattama. So he is the abode of all the Vedic knowledge. And then the sages of Naimisharanya, so they are also Sattama because they ask the best questions, to Suta Goswami. And then we saw how, Prithu Maharaj is addressing the audience or his praja, as Arha Sattama. Oh, respectable people, you are the worthy of the topmost respect, because they are all very much devoted to Lord Krishna or the Vedic path. And then the messengers of Vaikuntha in the Ajamila pastime, we saw them as Siddha Sattama, or the best of the Siddhas, or the perfected beings, or the devotees. Right? And then we saw how Uddhava is Pravara, Prakrishta Rupenavara. He's the best mantri, one who can do the counseling. So why the mantri is coming? Now he is supposed to go and counsel the Vrajvasis. Come on, don't worry, things are okay. And then how he got all these qualities? Because he's Krishna Daita. He's a lover of Sri Krishna and then an intimate friend, Sakha. And then we saw, so Lord is doing all this because he promised. So Lord always tried to keep his promise, especially towards his devotees. And then we saw the melos, how melos, cannot be mixed. So Lord takes care of that. Yeah. Thank you so much for your patient hearing. Sorry, only 6 minutes left. Yeah, Bruce Prabhu, you want to say something?
Hare Krishna, good morning. Your example as a devotee constantly makes me think of before bhakti was made easy by Prabhupada, that you would survive very, very well during this time. So I very much appreciate watching you and observing you. I feel very blessed for that. My question is, in the beginning you mentioned that Krishna made the point to separate his parents and not bring them close together and keep them apart from each other out of a sensitivity. May I ask then, this part Krishna allowed me to understand this part, but I don't understand the part during the eclipse, the gathering of the sages and the kings, and everybody goes to Kurukshetra, and all of a sudden everybody is there and the mood is happy, everybody's getting along. I don't want to speak about the gopis, but even they're getting along with the wives of Krishna. Can you help me understand then why at this time there's no need for that separation and why they can come together? This is my question.
Yes, Prabhu. So this thing happens not just during the eclipse. It happens even when Krishna is lifting Govardhan hill. So when Krishna lifts Govardhan hill, see, rasa is not just Vrindavan and Mathura. So even within Vrindavan, there are gopis, there are gopas, Krishnas, the cowherd damsels, and then the cowherd boys, elderly parents, and then the cows. So all are in different rasas. So it's not that, never ever rasas come together. So in the Govardhan Lila, all the 5 rasas came, the prominent 5 rasas, they came under, Govardhan. Everybody is reciprocating simultaneously. Krishna is reciprocating with everybody. Krishna is looking at the gopis and simultaneously Mother Yashoda is there. So you see how awkward the situation is. Still is doing that. But that is only for a short phase. So here, the broader idea is, bring Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai to the Mathura palace, and then it's not that for a short phase. You don't invite people just for half an hour or 1 hour. So it's like when you invite them, so they come and stay for months. So that's how technology. So for months, it's not going to be, they are not going to be that comfortable in the Mathura environment, so just, I mean, the eclipse pastime. So I don't have the complete details, but, that's just only for a short while. They come to take bath, and then they can go well, but it's not for a long time, So ultimately, they are simple people, Vrindavan. They will not be comfortable in the Mathura. So that's the idea.
Okay, thank you.
So, Bhakta Yuga Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Krishna Daya Prabhu. Thank you for class. There's a reflection or an appreciation of one of your last points, that Krishna is highly sensitive to what each of his devotees is desiring, and giving so many examples that you gave, even amongst Krishna's queens. In one sense, they're all in Shringar Ras, Madhuri Ras, in this romantic exchange. At the same time, Krishna acts in different ways with each one, because each one has a certain flavor. And this brings me back to a point that Bhima Prabhu actually raised. I think it was yesterday, unless I'm mixing up my days and it was 2 days ago. But when we were speaking about Guru, and how the material qualities of the Guru, the singing or the voice or the certain behaviorisms, that's not what makes Guru. What makes Guru is the ability to convey Shastra. And at the same time, Bhima Prabhu was encouraging, like, yes, but don't forget, like, those personal qualities, that might be your particular Ras. And so don't be afraid to be personalized in that relationship with Guru. And so in the same way here, I'm thinking about how for each one of us also, Krishna is being extremely sensitive to how we want to relate with him. And chances are we don't even fully know how we want to relate with him. That's the discovery that we're on right now. But just this vision, this image that on one hand, the devotee is ready to do anything and everything for Krishna. On the other hand, Krishna, because of his love and his desire to make the maximum possible impact of love, he's being attentive that, okay, this devotee will do anything, but I want this devotee to do for me what this devotee wants to do more than anything else. And that just, like, that kind of melts my heart. That's just very sweet to think of that. That's the way Krishna is relating to every single one of us at all times.
Yeah. That's so true, Prabhu. That's how the love is. Like, what Lord wants, that's fine. But what the living entity, how the living entity wants to serve Krishna, Krishna is really puzzled. Krishna doesn't want to know that, beforehand. That's where the spontaneous nature, or, the swecha, by his own will, how the living entity wants to serve me. So Lord is really curious about that. So that is one thing what Krishna will never interfere. Let living entity serve me as he wants. And then that's what is always wondering. That's why, Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to understand, what Srimati Radharani, wants. So thank you so much for all your things. So now Darshan is going to open. I think we have still a minute. Yes. Prabhu, you want to say something? That push through here.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, such a wonderful class. I mean, you've explained everything very nicely. And Krishna is so wonderful that he accomplishes so many things at once. He sends Uddhava to console the Vrajavasis, right? And Uddhava is so exalted and so, empowered that he's qualified to do that. And then Krishna also accomplishes letting Uddhava see the unique and extraordinary intimate quality of love that the Vrajavasis have for him. So Uddhava is like impressed. And then Krishna accomplishes Uddhava going and telling other people about the residents of Vrindavan and how this is a really, really high level of pure, sweet, intimate love. And so they will be inspired in devotional service. So, you already explained all this, but we're just reflecting and emphasizing these points by repeating them. How wonderful is Krishna that he accomplishes all these things, and the unique quality of the two different sets of parents.
Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Krishna Prabhu. Wonderful class. I'm sorry I had to deal with something. I wasn't being able to use the camera, but it's nice seeing you now, driving to work to give bhakti to the people we interact with. Right, Radha Rasika? Yeah, we're working for Krishna. Okay, Venetia, Damodar Priya, Hemangit, Sundar Anandaji, and his teenagers, Amish Prabhu, Bruce Prabhu, yes, Hemangit, thank you. Karen and family, Yogeshwari, Danakeli Prabhu, Suzanne, Kartik, Sharmila, Bhima Prabhu, and his wheelbarrow. Preeti Chaturvedi, Amrita Kishori, the Danakeli Prabhu. It's a joy of my life to say your name every morning and to see your smile. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, have a wonderful day. Come again tomorrow. Srimad Bhagavatam never ends, never stops. It has all the answers. It's our lifeline. Hare Krishna.